Appointed Prime Minister Hun Sen's eldest son as the new Prime Minister with a royal decree. Days after a landslide victory in July's election, Hun Sen, who is one of the world's longest-serving leaders, announced that he was stepping down as Prime Minister and was handing power to his eldest son, Hun Manet. On Monday, following a request from Hun Sen, King Norodom Sihamoni issued a royal decree making 4-star General Hun Manet the Prime Minister. However, to officially become the country's new leader, the 45-year-old and his new cabinet must win a confidence vote in Parliament set for August 22nd. Patrick Folk is joining us from Singapore to get us more on that. Patrick, good morning. We've told our viewers about the current developments in Cambodia, but let us know more about the timing of the move by Hun Sen and also what happens next from here on.
Well, the move was very much expected, and as you mentioned, Hun Sen did announce that he'd be stepping down on July 27th, but it comes right after Cambodia's Election Commission officially announced the results, or announced the official results, I should say, of the recently held general election, confirming that the Cambodian People's Party won 120 out of 125 available seats. That was very much in line with what had been forecasted. Remember, these were described as being the least free and fair elections in Cambodia's history after the only credible challenger, the Candlelight Party, was barred from participating in the vote. And look, the fact that this is happening right after that suggests that Hun Sen really didn't want to waste any time with this transition of power. So as you say, Cambodia's king has issued a royal decree approving the appointment. It now needs to go through this vote of confidence in Parliament on August 22nd. And as far as we understand, there may be some discontent within the CPP about this dynastic transition. So part of the reason why Hun Sen may want to do this so quickly is to do it while he's still in a position of strength. We are also hearing reports that some cabinet members that are vacating their seats are going to be handing over power to their sons as well. So that was a move that may be attributed to Hun Sen wanting to appease some members of the CPP and to garner support for Hun Manet.
All right, Patrick, also what bearing will it have on the ties between Cambodia and US when you talk of this transition of power?
Yeah, it's very hard to say, and there's no indication that Hun Manet's going to rule differently. But, you know, of course, ties have been strained, particularly after Cambodia allowed China to help develop the Ream naval base, potentially giving Beijing an outpost near the South China Sea. But, you know, this is a country that the US wants to pull out of Beijing's orbit, and one diplomatic source has suggested this is an opportunity for a new chapter. We do understand as well that the US may be making preparations for a hotel reception for Hun Manet on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly in September, and the diplomatic source has suggested that that would be welcomed by Cambodia and Hun Manet because that he doesn't necessarily want to remain in China's pocket. That said, Hun Sen is still very much expected to be involved in Cambodian politics from here. He's expected to be appointed as leader of the Senate at some point. He's suggested that his son won't rule any differently to himself and has said that he shouldn't undo the work of the generations before him.
All right, Patrick, thank you for joining in with those inputs. That was our correspondent, Patrick, letting us know more about the developments in Cambodia. Moving on, Israeli security forces